And Uno. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, my bad. Good morning, internet. The time is 10:05 and the date is Friday, April 15th. This is episode 22 of the Catr and Kenard. And there goes my phone. This is the Catr and Kenard podcast. I'm Chris Kenard and I'm here with Michael the Catr Friedman. How are you doing today, friend?
Well, it was good to hear live sound effects. I'm doing well, though.
I'm glad to
Was that
hear
a
that.
cow in the background?
No, I don't live next to a farm. That's a car. People drive very fast by my neighborhood. I'll let that be a PSA to all listeners. Please wear your seatbelt, even if you're going like five miles per hour. Today we have more lore on Mr. Catr's CD project. We're going to do a little bit of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame predictions, and I will recap at least three of the more prominent awards that took place on the Grammys this year. Mr. Friedman, you have the floor.
Oh, good. Uh, well, I was going to, and I was going to talk. I was going to talk some more aspects on it. And I one of the things that I was going to talk about was
Oh wait, sir. Before you begin, I totally forgot our roadmap from yesterday. Let's get into these songs we recommended one another real quick.
yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that. I can go first.
Please do.
I Your song that you had recommended, um, which was
Garden by Meet Me at the Altar.
thank you, because I couldn't remember. I was yeah, and you had two versions, but you were gonna give me like the acoustic version
At first.
at first, yes, but we decided to you know I thought I it doesn't matter. So well, you gave me the rock version, and so my thoughts were uh didn't have a hook. That's what I'm
Excuse
looking
me,
for.
incorrect. That's actually incorrect. You didn't like the hook. There is a hook.
Okay, it's been a while, but I it the lead singer actually sounded like Haley Williams from
No,
Paramore.
no, no, no. We cannot do this. Please don't start. Don't. Oh my God, you've activated me. Okay. Second PSA of the episode. When you have a band in like the pop punk sphere, the easy core sphere, like we can't just like if we immediately jump to Haley Williams being just like the end all be all of the genre, it diminishes like the history and just like tapestry of all the hard work of the women and like non-men who lead bands in this sphere. Like yes, like Haley Williams took things to the next level in pop punk and rock and roll, but like they haven't sounded like that in like almost two album cycles. And like, like the new album is like around the corner and they may return to that sound, but like I feel like it and especially we can't just oh man, it it's we do damage to this music and to these artists if we just like more and more of the same. Like I can understand saying like it all sounds the same because that's fine. Like that's a fair assessment to make about this genre. But for all like the women out there who like make this music to just be Just like, oh, like, well, it ain't Haley Williams. I'd rather listen to her if I'm gonna listen to this stuff. Like,
I didn't say that.
I know, but it's like this is what I hear every day when like I listen to bands who have women as like their singers, and it's like the first thing people leap to, and and for you, I know that it wasn't intentional, but like that just goes to show you how like how that sentiment has like infected this music. You know what I mean?
Sure. I didn't mean anything. That
Certainly
was
not,
just
sir. I know.
it was my first thought. Um, and I don't know much about Paramore. Um, one of their CDs is on my radar, uh, and that's actually something I'll talk about when we talk about the CDs. But let's go with your opinion on my song.
Wait, just for clarification's sake, Garden really did not do anything for you.
No,
Oh man, that's depressing. Well, on
I
the
could
other
give it
side,
another listen later, but
if you
for
didn't like
now,
it, it's not honestly, sir. Like my all
sir.
that I really need from you is like you gave it a shot, and you already know that you don't like it, and that's more than enough for me. Like I'll cry myself to sleep about it later, but you gave it a shot, and I'm very thankful for that.
Okay.
Um, you recommended me like a classic song that I'd never previously heard. It was He Ain't Happy, He's My Brother.
Oh yeah.
And remind me of the band if you don't mind.
The Hollies.
The Hollies. Like a band that's like they've like they had a career, that's certainly said so, but like I don't think I ever would have listened to them if you hadn't suggested them to me. And so I hear this song and like I can see it gives me like a strong sense of nostalgia for like a life I've never lived. But like a lot of people have covered this song and it means a lot to people. Like even one of my favorite singers, Bernhoft, has covered it before, but I don't think his version sounds like this one. So I listened to it while I was doing the
Bernhoff
dishes.
covered this.
Yeah, you remember Bernhoft.
Nope.
You don't? Why are you talking like why do you say that then?
Oh, I was just asking. I didn't mean that tone, but I've never heard of Bernhoff.
You know, if I didn't already have like a really great song for you this week, I would recommend him to you, but maybe I'll do that for another time. But yeah, like I enjoyed it's like this is the kind of music I'd expect to hear at my job, and I wouldn't mind hearing this song at my job. But yeah, like I think I enjoyed it for what it was, but it isn't something I go back to. But now I can say that I've at least heard like the original composition, or at least like one of the more popular versions, because I know everyone named Mama has like covered this song, and I don't think even theirs is the first one. But for what it based on what it was offering, um it was all right. I feel like it was like it, I feel like I feel like it's the kind of music I would hear if I was working in a radio station and like an easy listening station or like an adult contemporary station. Not necessarily my wheelhouse, but I believe it was a lovely a lovely presentation.
Yeah, it's got, and I'm trying to do the research here. Um, it's got um, I believe, is Living Abstraction on the boards.
Well, no,
Can you
it's just you
check
and
for
I
me?
today.
Okay. I believe uh, one of the members before this group of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, or just Crosby, Stills, and Nash, was in the Hollies. And I'm trying to find out for you who that member was. Another member was in, and I feel like you were about to say this expression for what it's worth. I thought I heard
You're thinking of
you
Nash, by the
starting to
way.
say that, and that's a song. What's that?
Nash, by the way.
Was in the Hollies,
Mm-hmm. And you said for what it's
and
worth.
then,
What about for what it's worth?
well, it sounded like you were about to say that expression, but you changed your course. But anyway, for what it's worth, is a song by Buffalo Springfield, and that band contained Stephen Stills, I think, and yeah. So thanks for doing that research for me. And so so is that a thumbs up for He Ain't Heavy? He's my brother.
Yes, it is not a bad song by any stretch of the imagination. If I wanted to be a little more pessimistic, I'd say it's like it's boring, but like that's not. I think it's not fair considering like this is a ballad. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I see
Like,
what you mean.
yeah, it's like it's not giving like the listener a lot, but like it's the all the contributing factors are given a lot of space to just like float gently in the air, and I think that that's very nice. And yes, Stephen
That's a
Stills.
line from the song, right?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
To,
And
okay.
to answer your question, yes, Stephen Stills was in Buffalo Springfield, and he was a composer for what it's worth.
Okay. Stephen Stills, but that's okay. So is it my turn now to talk about this? Get back to the CD project.
I want to say one thing about the CD project, and I think that every Paramore album should be in your CD project, every single one. And yes, it's coming. I'm saying that because I'm biased, but I sincerely believe they have never had a bad album. I think they are all worth a listen. So just want to throw that in there, and now I'm done.
Well, if I kind of said this when we were talking, when I had mentioned that the lead singer of what is it, Garden?
Meet me at the altar.
The song is Garden. Meet Me at the Altar sounded like Haley Williams. I said what one of the CDs was something, and I was gonna, and I said that wasn't a CD that I was thinking about owning, and I think it's their self-titled CD.
The
Um,
first one, it's great.
no, that's not their first CD. I
My bad.
don't
That's the
think.
fourth one.
Um, and it's I'm having trouble finding it right now. But anyway,
What's that?
and
Finding what?
the album.
By Paramore, the self-titled. That's the fourth one.
Yeah, it's doesn't matter. It's trouble with iTunes again, which is an ongoing thing on our show, a discussion. But anyway, when I was comparing the lead singer of Meet Me at the Altar to Haley Williams, I said that I was going to talk about uh, this in my CD project, which is I I think I referenced this last episode. I have interest in I have interest in I still
You still. All right, hold, ladies and gentlemen. I seem to have lost Michael in the mix here. I'm gonna wait till he comes back before I say anything else too prevalent. I'm actually gonna shoot him a text while I have y'all here. Once again, good morning. This is the Catr and Kenard podcast. This is my ASMR voice. Yo, I can't hear you at all. Because then hopefully he'll see that text. Oh, there we go. Ah, I lost him. Okay. All right. Pull it together. Chris Kenard, you pull it together. This hasn't happened for quite a while, actually. I think the last time this happened, it was the season finale of our first season. And, you know, um, our friend dropped out in the mix like at least 2 or 3 times, but he'll be back. He'll have to be back. Here's a little BTS, little behind the scenes setup that I'm doing for the show is that I wanted to pick 3 of the award-winning songs slash artists slash albums for the Grammys this year and pick my own selections if I didn't happen to agree with the winning choice. And the first one I'm trying to find is album of the year, and I won't say who that is until my co-host returns because I want to make a point about the winner that I feel like a lot of people have already said, but I want to say it on my own platform. So I'm going to continue to do that while I wait for the Catr to return to our program. Like one might think, oh, like should we just like scrap this episode if like blunders take place? And I say no. I want to keep the show uh up in the public if like blunders take place because we're people and we're not perfect and the show must go on. Like I like I don't edit what we do for two reasons. One, I don't know how, and the other is that like I feel like it comes from like a lack of understanding and uh a desire, maybe not a desire, but like I don't have the motivation to learn. Like I only have so much time in my life to do what we do, and I'd rather just pay somebody to edit if they found it worthwhile to do so. If it was like tedious for a person to edit our show, I wouldn't have them do it, honestly. Like I listen to shows like this, talkies when I'm doing the dishes, like playing games on the Switch and things of that nature. So I can feel a little less alone. So I hope that our listeners like take our show along with them when they're doing what they're doing, going for walks, riding bikes, and whatnot. Oh, I got a text. Let me see if it's from our friend here. All right. I told him like I can't hear you at all. And he says he has two other options. I will say, please do so. I'll stall for time. All right. So, since we're in the stalling period of our episode, man, it's like I could just go ahead with my own segments for today's show, but I feel that I don't want to rob. Oh, wait, no, ignore everything I just said. Here he is. Three, two, one. Beep.
Hey,
Hold on just for a second. Let the digital debris settle because there's some buzzing going on my end.
I
I
know
don't know
what
if
it. Sorry, go ahead.
you,
What was
what-
the last thing you heard?
okay. Oh my God, it's gone. Okay. Wait, I still hear it a little bit. No, I'll still ignore it. Last thing I heard, you said, but still, and then like it went quiet.
I don't remember saying that. What was I talking about though?
I do not remember. I'm not gonna hold you.
Okay, I'll just try. Let's go.
Carry on, sir.
Okay, so so I was talking about the CDs that I want to get. Did you hear that?
Would you do us a favor and name those albums again that you wanted to collect?
Well, I was talking about Meet Me at the Altar. Um and uh and I had said that the lead singer sounds like Haley Williams. And I don't want you to rant anymore. But I had hinted that I would talk more about this in my CD project when I talked about the CD project because I had said that I was interested in getting a Paramore album, and you had said that it's their fourth album, the self-titled, and the thing that I wanted to talk about was I it's I call it CDs that I want to get. It doesn't it's not doesn't sound very beautiful. CDs that I want to get. I can always change it. Uh, make it sound a little more flowing, is what I had said. And but since I've not the last couple of years, I don't think, but since I've moved away from Maryland, there I still occasionally come up with CDs, and Paramore being an example of CDs that I want to get. Um, Mostly new stuff. Um, Sometimes older. I can't think of any examples of older stuff. Um, like the Paramore CD would be. Uh, and that when did that CD come out? The self-titled CD.
If I had to shoot in the dark, 2011, but I'll verify.
Okay. Um, I'm still trying. iTunes is hiccuping right now,
I was
and
like
they're not
super
making
wrong.
any noise on the air.
It came out in
Get it?
2013.
Hiccuping.
Ha.
Have you
Yeah,
ever had
2013.
a bad case of the hiccups?
Yeah, yesterday. In 2013.
You had a bad case of hiccups in 2013?
Paramore self-related. Paramore's fourth album came out in 2013. I said 2011. I was wrong. I'm sorry. The third album came out in 2011. The self-titled came out in 2013.
You and I were talking yesterday, and I did not give you the case of the hiccups. Um, One of the things I wanted to talk about, and it's something I let's see how I say this. I broke away from um, with my CD project was I decided at one point. Let's see how I want to say this. So there's a couple artist bands where they're I'm going to use this phrase again, CDs that I want to get from and I kind of say to myself that once I get those CDs, need to find synonyms for the word get. Um, but anyway, once once I receive those CDs, and once I listen to them, then I'll there. It's only with a couple bands. Then I'll kind of conform an opinion on what I think about those bands. Even though, like, one of them is Pearl Jam, and I know Pearl Jam continues to release new music. One their latest CD, I think it's called Gigaton. Again, my iTunes is not cooperating right now. Um, and anyway, but for Pearl Jam, for me, I kind of have formed an opinion, but I still have not. Uh, I do not have everything that I want to get from Pearl Jam. And what the thing that I was saying was I broke away from this was I want well actually if you remember from last episode I broke away from my rule of getting only of purchasing only new CDs. And by the way, I like CDs, but I also like streaming. I guess they're about the same love, maybe a little bit more for CDs. Um, but I once I discovered streaming, thanks to you, Kenard. Um, Once I discovered streaming, I fell in love. Um, but I broke away. I decided that I would and you know I had I've like at a yard sale, I would purchase a used CD. But if I went into a thrift store or I went into a record store, I would only buy. Uh, I wouldn't buy anything from the thrift store because they only have really used CDs. But if I went into a record store, I'd only buy. So if they had a copy of a CD that I wanted, but it was only a used copy, I guess I'd be out of luck. I wouldn't buy that CD that I wanted because it was in a used copy. So I broke away with that. The other rule that I've broken away from is that I wanted, like for Pearl Jam, another one is Pink Floyd. Another one. Anyway, I wanted to receive all those CDs that I wanted to get from that artist all in one. All in one sack. All in one. Uh, there's a word that I'm trying to. Cornucopia. I don't think that's the right word. But anyway, I wanted it all in one. Not one today, one a few weeks from now, one a couple years from now. But I finally decided to break from that. So I'm still getting all the Pearl Jam CDs that I want to get uh, until I. And I've already listened to Pearl Jam CDs. If you remember from last year, I think we did this, and I mentioned this last episode. There was a thing on Twitter that you had an exercise that we did on an episode where we talked about, I think, albums that really influenced us, that meant something to us. And I mentioned Vitalogy. I've listened to Vitalogy all the way through from Pearl Jam, and I think that's one of my favorite albums. I don't like to use the word S, the letter S at the end of favorite, uh, but that's a CD that means something to me. That's how I'll put it. Not my favorite CD, but a CD that means something to me. Vitalogy. I've listened to 10 all the way through their debut album. Um, I've listened to Yield all the way through. This is off the top of my head because iTunes is not cooperating with me. I've listened to Lost Dogs, which is their B-sides and rarities double disc CD. Um,
If I may,
yeah.
I just wanted to, you asked earlier, like, you mentioned the latest release of the band, which is Gigaton. And if since like iTunes is giving you such a hard time, why not just use Apple Music to help you like figure out when things release and what they're called on your phone?
Yeah, I do that with and I actually have iTunes on my phone. That's another thing. Since we're talking about music, um, don't really like the iTunes on my phone. I really like the iTunes on my computer better. Um, One thing I'll say is the iTunes on your my computer is you can see a biography about the artist. The iPhone iTunes does not show you a biography of the artist. Um, you cannot read a biography about that artist on the phone iTunes. Sure, I guess, but I don't really use Apple Music to do research. I just do it to listen to songs. Um, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with iTunes here. Um, what were some of the other albums I've listened to all the way through? Biannual, um, by Pearl Jam. Anyways, I've bought, no, not a correct word. I have purchased CDs from Pearl Jam, even though I don't have everything yet. And I will continue until I'm finished that. And then, but anyway, okay. So Pearl Jam is one of those, even though I sort of have an opinion on Pearl Jam, um, but I'd still like to purchase the rest of my collection. Um, and so in about 10 minutes, we will switch to your rock and roll Hall of Fame, which you gave me a little uh, talk about yesterday when we talked on the phone to let me know what we were going to talk about with regarding Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um, but we'll be talking about that in about 10 minutes, everybody. So, uh, but yeah, Pearl Jam is one that I want to continue to purchase a few more CDs. Um, and then I'll be, but I have broken that rule. Like I said, Pink Floyd, um, several more CDs. And I was talking to you recently about this current CD. I was talking about the current CD because I really haven't uh, worked on my CD project in a little while. I have not listened to anything CD wise in a while. Um, and I was talking about the current CD, and which which is a comedy CD, and at a couple points in the last few years, I tried listening to it. Never was able to finish it, and yeah, I do.
Um,
Yeah.
a quick question, Catr. What album are you referring to for the audience's sake?
Oh, it's a it's a CD and it's a self-titled CD by it's called Comedians You Should Know. It's a show. It's a show that's put on, um, and so it's a self-titled CD. So it's not just one comedian. It's a few
Where'd you get it?
comedians. What's that?
Where did you get it?
I think I bought it off of iTunes. But again, iTunes won't work for me right now. Um,
Do you remember what
and
year it was?
I can find that out because I don't have to use iTunes.
Right. Like who were some of the comedians featured on this CD?
I can find that out for you. Uh,
Oh, I asked because like I wanted to try and help you find it.
and so I was on.
Pardon the dead air, folks. Like we're both like looking for it at the same time.
Yeah, and what I was gonna say was I listen. I mix in. Um, let's see. Yeah, it says this self-titled album features Mike Leibovitz. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
How do you spell
Leibovitz.
that?
Lebovitz. Danny Callis. I know I'm pronouncing that correct because I remember them saying that. Michael Sanchez, Marty DeRosa, Joe Kilgalon, Kilgallon, and Mike Dritchell, Drichael. And it's an uncut, unedited recording of one of CYSK, comedians you should know, live shows. Farts. Yes, that's right. Farts and all. Um, and I think you could actually, I might have, yeah, I think I just clicked on the picture. They have a website called comediansyoushouldknow.com. And
Can
you
you
go to
describe the
their,
picture?
it says the words comedians you should know. And then it looks like up at the top, somebody signed it, but I bought it digitally. Um, I just clicked on the image. It's under their store. The thing I wanted to say, before I continue telling you how I purchased it, which actually, yeah, anyway, occasionally I mix in to my, because I used to do stand up comedy. Occasionally I mix in a comedy CD into this, my CD project. Because I didn't, when I say CD project, I'm not specifying music CD project. I said CD project. So that that's what I do. I add, but at the top it says recorded live 12/18, and you wanted to know the year. I can't read it from the signature up at the top of the CD, but it says
2011.
2000, 2011. It's on Apple Music, the link that brought it up. But I believe I purchased it on iTunes. Um, and it's got Marty DeRosa, like I mentioned, Danny Callis. So I bought that. But when I first started to listen to it, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I ended up going to LifeWire. Um, I went to their a page from LifeWire called "How to Make Your Own CDs with iTunes," and we've got about 3 more minutes here before we switch over to Rock Hall talk. Um, So I'll make this quick here. So there's a part in that article because, like I said, that CD was recorded live. Comedians you should know. And there's a part where it says, where it talks about gap between songs. And I'll read it from this website. If you choose audio CD, you can control how much silence there is between each song. Some CDs are designed to be listened to without the short gaps of silence between songs. These quote gapless CDs are often used for classical music and concert recordings, among others. Well, I mean, this isn't a concert, but it's live. It's a show. So I think I set up the gaps wrong. This was before I knew of this article and knew about this with the gap thing with the classical music and concert recordings. And so I ended up throwing away the CD that I burned. And since I already bought it digitally, I had the tracks. I recorded it and I made sure that this time there were no gaps. And I recorded it just like a concert recording. So, but I actually did that. So, yeah, I was starting to say just a few minutes ago, I've unsuccessfully, a couple different times, tried to finish the CD. Um, I've gotten, I think, fairly close. And I mentioned in the last episode, I think the episode before that, um, I don't really have, I don't, in my vehicle, my CD player doesn't work. And I have actually, I've been kind of bouncing between fixing it or just keeping it the way it is. And I sort of right now I'm leaning towards actually getting it fixed. Um, but yeah, I haven't listened to any CDs from my CD project, and yeah, that's where I am. If you want to start talking about your Rock Hall thing, I'm ready to go.
All right. I don't want to spend too much time on this because I feel that like what I want to say about the Grammys is a little more important than the Rock Hall. I want to start by saying, for those who were not aware, I'll go through the entire list of 2022 nominees, which include but are not limited to Beck, Pat Benatar, Kate Bush, Devo, Duran Duran, Eminem, Eurythmics, Judas Priest, Fela Kuti, MC5 or Motor City 5, New York Dolls, Dolly Parton, Rage Against the Machine, Lionel Richie, Carly Simon, A Tribe Called Quest, and Dionne Warwick. A brief bit about Dolly Parton.
I do have to cut you off. I think Kate Bush is already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She's on the list of the 2002 nominees.
And I believe not Carly Simon. It was somebody in the very beginning that you said. So two of these artists, I think, already are in the Hall of Fame.
Why would she be on the front page if she isn't? If she is,
I think Diane Warwick is the other one. So
again,
where are you reading this from?
the Rock Hall website.
Rockhall.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go on.
Also, back up from the mic just a little bit because you're like blasting in my eardrums a bit. Sorry about that.
Sorry. That's all right. No.
I just want to say, like, Dolly Parton was like, "Yo, thanks for the nomination, but I haven't actually recorded any rock, and I still might." So she wanted to like withdraw her nomination, and the Rock Hall basically said no, and that I don't like that. I think that's really just like dismissive of a woman's choice, and rock is very prevalent of that behavior, and I hate that, and I actively condemn it. Like Dolly Parton is freaking awesome. She's always been awesome for her whole like public career. So like I say all that to say honor a woman's right to choose in every conceivable context. Now, Mr. Catr, my question to you, sir, is if you had to pick five to get nominated and only your decision matters, which five acts would you choose?
I'm five. I would pick. I might actually pick Pat Benatar. Um, I would definitely pick Beck. Um, I see Ruth Brown, who I've never heard of. Oh, she might already be in. Hey, look on their front page. They say the Hollies. Um, that's ironic. Um, yeah, I would say Pat Benatar and Beck as two. Um, I'm still there. I'm just thinking. Um, Pat Benatar, Beck. Uh, I would Pep Benatar Beck. Um, I'm gonna say let's put Devo in. No, not Devo. Let's put Duran Duran. So that's three. Pat Benatar, Beck, Duran Duran. I really thought Kate Bush was in last year. Um, a Tribe Called Quest. Eurythmics.
I
At
think that's
five.
5. So is that your final answer?
Um, I want to switch out Eurythmics with Rage.
Okay. Heck yeah. There is a chance they might go back on the road. Would you go see them play?
Um, Not with my eardrums, no.
Oh, you could get ear protection for the show.
Yeah, no.
Even if like you had like the most like secure like headphones known to man, you still wouldn't go?
Yeah, I've actually never seen a band that would be that loud uh, before. When are they saying that they're returning?
Let me see if like they're let me see if they're not still in like reschedule mode, because that's a very good question. I want to say though, dude, like every show that I've gone to since I started like going to shows consistently in like in 2010, all I do, I go to CVS and go to like their the section of the store for like eye, ear, and like nose products.
Yeah.
And like they sell like this swimmer's earplug, and it's really like really cheap. Like you get like 10 in a pack, and I pop those in before the show, and I leave them in for like the entirety, because I go to like shows that have at least like 3 to 4 bands a night. And so by the time I leave the venue, like the music is over, all the amps are turned off, my hearing is as clear as can be, like no headaches, no nothing. I couldn't like name the specific product, but like protecting your ears at a show has never been easier. If that would deter you from going to a live concert you want to attend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would still say no. I'd rather listen to Rage on a iPod or my phone. Um, that's just not. That's just. I would say no.
Is it the
I,
moshing, or just like you just like this is like the vibe just doesn't really like appeal to you?
I think both.
That's fair, and that's a fair point of view, and I won't press the issue any further. I just wanted to make those two. I wanted to pick your brain a little bit and make my opinion known about Dolly, because she's only like shown us love and respect her entire career, and we ought to do the same for her. And she doesn't ask us for much. You know what I'm saying? Like she's given us so much of herself and doesn't really ask for much in return, and I really appreciate that about her. So we love you, Dolly. Um,
Can
I
I hear
wanted to
your
like,
five?
I beg your pardon.
Can I hear your five?
Well, sure, since you asked so nicely. Dang.
Can
So,
I hear your five?
oh my God, like actually that hurt a lot. Could you not?
I thought so. I am so sorry.
That was really, Jesus Christ.
Can you
Like,
just? Can I unplug my mic?
no, sir, please don't do that.
Uh, I turned it off for a little bit, but okay. Let's hear. Can we hear your five?
Goodness gracious, my ears are still fried. That really hurt, dude.
I am so sorry. I'm gonna worry about that all day. Let's go.
No, that's fine. All right. So if I had to choose 5, um, I would not choose MC5. Ha ha
You should be
ha.
wearing swimmers ears when we're doing these episodes.
You know what? Sod off, sir. Sod off.
I don't know what that means, but let's go on.
Good. Golly G Williker is putting me on the spot, huh? I think
Yeah, I
for
turned
for
it
the sake
over
of hip
here.
hop history, I would say what? Say again. I'm sorry.
No, I was just joking. Tribe Called Quest.
Hmm. Yeah, I put
Who you
Tribe in there
doing?
just because, like, I beg your pardon, sir.
I've actually listened to a Tribe album. It was their greatest hits.
That doesn't count then.
But I said yes for a Tribe Called Quest.
I agree with you there because, like, um, honestly, I wish they had been inducted sooner so Fife could be there to see it happen. Rest in peace, Fife Dog. I would also choose Fela Kuti because, again, a legend, and not enough people know who he is, and more people ought to know who he is, myself included. I would also choose Judas Priest because at their big age, they're still touring, and like it just like you can have longevity if like the passion and love is still there. So there's my third. Um,
But you
I think
realize
I would
you
choose
can be
Kate.
a really crappy band and been doing it for a long time. You know that, right?
That no, let's not focus on that kind of stuff though. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, like quote unquote bad music is being made every day and continues to be made, but like I'd rather not like I Vince Staples, the rapper, said it best. Why would I waste my time trying to like talk shit about like artists I don't care for if it's gonna like affect them financially? And not that I have any like clout or pull in the world of music to affect someone in that way, but like if unless like unless I feel like what I have to say really needs to be said online into the air, like I'm not gonna waste my time on like quote crappy music.
Now I shouldn't cut you off. So Fela Kuti, a Tribe Called Quest,
Judas
Judas
Priest,
Priest.
Kate Bush is going in there because such a prolific, long running career. I highly recommend that our listeners watch the um what's it called, discography deep dive from the YouTuber Mike the Snare, where he reviews every single one of her albums in one take. It's so fascinating. Like her run is just super cool. She's so interesting. And for my last selection, I think I'll also go with Rage because their music had a lot of the way I see the world is affected by the point of view of a Zach De La Roca. I don't necessarily like I feel like their guitarist is a bit of a polarizing figure for me politically, but that's neither here nor there. He changed the way the guitar was like perceived, Tom Morello, and I'm very thankful for that. So like, yeah, Rage is insane. I hope they never record another album because like the magic is gone in my opinion. Like I feel the same way about System of a Down, but that's another topic for another day. I'd like to shift wheels until my very brief Grammy rant. I just wanted to pick three awards that were given that night that I didn't necessarily agree with.
Your audio is kind of Kenard.
I can hear you. What were you saying?
Yeah, your audio was kind of going in and out, but okay.
You can hear me now, yes?
Yes.
All right then.
It was just
So,
brief.
three of the
That's your 5, okay.
awards that were given out on the Grammys, I didn't happen to agree with, and I wanted to like pick a different nominee if I had the decision to do so, and I wanted to pick musicians and songs and albums that should have been considered that were not. Starting with Album of the Year, which was won by John Baptiste for his album We Are. Some people would know John Baptiste for being like, the band leader for Stephen Colbert. And I got to know him because I think I got a song for free on Google Play when they still had a music store. He has a song called Let God Lead, which I really enjoy. Most gospel music, most Christian music, I detest, like strongly, but I see the sincerity and love in John Baptiste, like as like the passion and the love for his community, his God, and for music is very like present. And his performance that night was incredible. But I do not believe he was the best choice for this album to be like. His album should not have won for the very simple reason is that people don't know who he is. They're not familiar with his music. album of the year, like that has to go to an album that like people had no choice but to hear. Other options were Tony Bennett and Gaga for Love for Sale, Justin Bieber, which also shouldn't have won, um, Planet Her by Doja Cat, which is like reasonable because her singles were all over the radio that year, 2021. You know, Billie Eilish makes sense because her dropping was a very big deal in the popular consciousness. And also her with Back of My Mind, which had no business being nominated, but she gets nominated every year. She's super talented, great singer, great writer. But again, like it's with her, it's more of a if you know, you know sort of situation. Like if you're not already like in like listening to her all her stuff, she it's I'm not gonna waste too much time. Like I don't want to like lambast her because like what good would that do? I want to blast a black woman on my platform, but I feel the same way about her that I feel about John Baptiste in the sense that they are very much they're music for music nerds. Like if you're not already listening to like black music, R&B, gospel, and that sort of stuff, you're not going to hear about these kind of artists. They're not in the public consciousness as much as people would like to think. Plus, her did a song with Chris Brown in 2021. I don't care if that's a good business decision for you. I don't like it. I think it's a bad judgment call personally. But moving on. And finally, for album of the year, we had Olivia Rodrigo with Sour. That's obvious. Montero by Lil Nas X. Again, obvious. And strangely enough, we had Kanye West with Donda or Yay, and Evermore by Taylor Swift. And like these are albums that made a really big impact when they dropped, but it feels like if they should have been nominated, it should have been last year where it mattered. It feels like they just tacked these two on, and I'm like, get that shit out of here. Like they had their moment in the sun when it really mattered. Maybe I understand Donda being here because like the front half of the year was ruled by all like the promo that Ye was doing, but I have a lot of personal issues with the artist formerly known as Kanye West. So if I had to pick one of these for album of the year, honestly, I'd have to probably give it to Doja Cat or Lil Nas X, considering how much like when I'm on like music Twitter, like what they're doing is like it's shifting popular music. You know, like these are artists who are blending pop and hip hop in a fun and interesting way. And if I had to choose like one of the two, it'd probably be Montero because Dr. Luke still has a hand in Doja Cat's career, and I hate that with all of my being. And I want the two entities separated as soon as it's like tangibly possible. But
I thought you were never going to mention his name.
Well, like the fact of the matter is, his presence in top 40 music is inescapable. Like even like if he wasn't working with anybody right now, a lot of the songs we still care about and love are on the air every day. And we have to confront how much abusive men have a place in music across all genres. It's one thing, it's like, I think what matters more to me is that I don't like listen to the songs that he's getting paid for. Like, because I can't avoid not talking about him. That's naive of me. And if I said that previously, again, I want to say it again, that's naive of me, you know, because like he's everywhere. And that's just the way that's going to be. Like, and then that's that on that. If I had to pick one album that was not nominated for album of the year, it would be Sometimes I Might Be Introvert by Little Sims, a rapper from the United Kingdom who I feel like is extremely underrated. It's her fourth album, and it's like when it comes to women who rap, we don't see a lot of like focus on like women who are black with rich skin tone. You know what I'm saying? Like, for lack of a better term, dark skinned black women. Like when we see like women who rap who are black, we see women of often a more fair complexion, like of a lighter tone, if you will. A Doja Cat, a Saweetie, like a Coi Leray, and things of that nature. Princess Nokia, even. You know what I mean? Like we don't often see artists like Chica and Little Sims on our screens, on our phones, on TV. And I hate that. It's giving anti-blackness. And in addition to that, a lot of like American fans who love rap give like UK rappers a hard time. It's like, oh, I don't like the accents. and even like rappers who don't like rap in English get a lot of more trouble than like they get a lot of like they receive a lot of roadblocks. And I feel that rap should expand the landscape. That's why like Tyler the Creator won rap album of the year twice, because like people are seeing, oh, like the genre is changing and here's how it can change, you know? And so like if rap is like moderately important to you, you should listen to an artist like Little Sims. Like you saw her briefly in like the new Venom movie because of one of her I think one of her songs on her third album was called Venom, and they like featured it in like in a scene where like Venom's walking through the city, and then like the end credits. Such a like a very talented rapper. Like the music videos are amazing. Like a song, like one of the songs I really recommend is I Hate You, I Love You, where Sims is talking about the relationship she has with her father and how just like tumultuous that's been in her life. And I can extremely relate to a subject of that nature, given as that my own father didn't know his father, and that affected the way that he raised me and my siblings and such. But yeah, Little Sims, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, super good. That would have been my nomination for like album of the year if I had the opportunity. Let's move on down to song of the year, which includes, but is not limited to, Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran, A Beautiful Noise by Alicia Keys and Brandi Carlile, Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo, Fight for You by her, Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish, Kiss Me More by Doja Cat and SZA, Leave the Door Open by Silk Sonic, aka Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, Call Me By Your Name by Lil Nas X, Peaches by Justin Bieber, Daniel Caesar, and Giveon, and Right on Time by Brandi Carlile. Right off the top, Brandi Carlile, shout out to you for getting nominated twice. Had it been up to me, that would not be the case. You get one. Come on, yo. Like, that's awesome because, again, representation for queer country artists. And, oh my God, Brandi Carlile, such a wonderful singer. But, yo, you get one. Let's keep it real. Come on now. Peaches, garbage. Montero, that should have won if you ask me, because that video was just like very it was beautiful, one, and two, it's just like music videos should be events. Like I'm all for just like bands playing in a room or like people dancing in like a white room. Like I'm all for like the dancing in like the performance and such, but like visuals, storytelling, like something that's gonna like make you a little uncomfortable, maybe. I love that stuff. Leave the Door Open, fun, but like you had that moment all of like late last year. Like they ended up winning the award, and I'm like, I feel like that's just an easy way out, and I don't care for taking the easy way out, even though it's a great song. I do enjoy Leave the Door Open. Kiss Me More, like enjoyable. It's cute. A lot of great memes came from this song, but again, that boy Dr. Lucas has a hand in the writer's room, and I don't care for that one bit. Happier Than Ever. This is a great listen, and it's a great end to an album, but it only really matters in the grand scheme if you like Billie Eilish. Like I don't listen to the radio, so I only happened to hear this song one time because a podcast I like was mentioning it. So definitely not. Fight for You. Again, who listens to her? Nobody that you and I know. Like only like R&B nerds and hipsters listen to her. Like the only song that her had on the radio is the one she had with Chris Brown. Ugh, bad branding in my opinion. Driver's License. Great song. Bit overkill, a bit played out for me personally. Beautiful Noise. I never heard this song. And Alicia Keys, like, and Brandi Carlile for that matter, they get to play every year, and they almost get nominated every year. So it feels like a little bit of like backhand politics, like Grammy politics with that nomination. Bad Habits, I understand. Ed Sheeran, like he's been away for a while, so him like and him being in like release mode is a really big deal. I don't care for this song, but like the Bring Me the Horizon remix was all over my feed when it dropped, so I can understand. If I didn't pick Leave the Door Open, I probably still end up giving it to Call Me By Your Name because of just how much of an impact that had in my personal life. But if I did not choose that song, if I got to pick something, I would pick Just For Me by Pink Panthers, who's a new school artist, also from the UK, also Black woman. Like this song ruled TikTok when it came out. It's very short, like almost about like 2 minutes or so. And it's like it's really cute. It's like a song about like she says, I'm obsessed with you in a way I can't believe. When you wipe your tears, do you wipe them just for me? And like it's just like it's just you hear like like you hear Pantress is like talking about like, oh, like I wrote you a song, I'd like you to hear it, like I wish we could get away from like the party and just be like the two of us. Just there's a lot of yearning. And like I like as a person who yearns often, I felt like seen, and like the production that she's using for her stuff is it's a production style I wish I heard more in like the R&B that I choose to listen to, and the pop that I choose to listen to. I can't wait till more eyes are on her work, because I'm a big fan. If not Just For Me, it would be like All My Friends Now, but that wasn't as popular as like Just For Me was. Just For Me ruled TikTok, and before the song even came out. The video was awesome, like super stoked for like all the cool things that are going to happen to Pink Panthers. There's a podcast I follow in the UK called On Wednesdays, We Wear Black, and one of the festivals out there has Pink Panthers playing the same day that Meg Thee Stallion is playing. And I would love for them to just like cross paths and be like, yo, I'm a fan, we should work together, because that would be awesome. But I digress. Finally, we have Best New Artist. And of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people who are here, I only know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only know 7 of the 10, which include but are not limited to Saweetie, Olivia Rodrigo, Arlo Parks, The Kid Laroi, Japanese Breakfast, Glass Animals, Phineas, Baby Keem, Jimmy Allen, and Aruj Aftab. And just let's get it out of the way. Saweetie has no business being on this list. She's been in the public consciousness for quite some time. She should have been nominated when My Type came out. And if that wasn't going to happen, again, has no business being here. Like, yes, you'd have to like be in like the rap world to know who she is at this point. But like, no, I'm just, if your first big song doesn't get you nominated for this award, you can't win it. Get the heck out of here. Arlo Parks, hipster darling, black R&B singer from the UK. Wait, let me not do that. I want to say indie if I'm going to say anything about Arlo Parks. I still have to get into her music. I don't want to make the assumption that she's an R&B singer, but her voice is beautiful. Big fan. Kid Laroi, get the funk out of here. Can't stand you. Like, the songs that are popular by this artist make sense, but he annoys me. So, ew, out of here. Japanese Breakfast, I really wanted her to win because she's from Philly, and she's awesome. Big fan. Glass Animals, I wish they played the Grammys, because their song with Denzel Curry, Tokyo Drifting, is so much fun. But they've been around for a while, I feel like. I feel like they should have been nominated a little earlier in their career. Phineas, Billie Eilish's brother. No, get the hell out of here. No one listens to your music except hipsters. Bye. Baby Keem, Kendrick Lamar's cousin. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way about Baby Keem. Like, you've been around for a little while, bud. Like, he had a really great song last year called Family Ties with Kendrick that had an incredible beat. Like, every time I hear that song, I want to like just jump out of my seat. So it's just so much fun. Jimmy Allen, country singer. Like, it would have helped if we had like a song attached to your name, because if I hadn't seen you, I wouldn't have wanted you to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Afrouj Aftab, I don't know who you are. And I prefer when people like don't know win, because it's like, oh, I want to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? But of course, Olivia Rodrigo won because she ruled that whole year. She had like 4 huge songs, and she's starting her career winning Grammys. And it's cool. It's interesting. It's fun. And I hope she takes a long time before she gives us more music, because I don't want people to be like, oh, she flopped. When being super popular super early in your career is fun, but it's also terrifying. And I don't wish that on young people who like have like a shit ton of eyes on them super early into their careers. Like, it can be very damaging. So Olivia Rodrigo, like, keep winning, keep having fun. Like this stuff should only be fun. She played Driver's License like early into the show, and I appreciate that they pitched the song down because I'm sure she's been all over like the award shows, like singing these songs, and she has like a film coming out later. And that should be a lot of fun to listen to. If I got to choose the winner for Best New Artist, I would choose a K-pop artist by the name of Lee Sun-mi or Sun-mi. She had a very tantalizing what's the word, comeback called Tail. And like I highly encourage everyone to watch it because like it's just so it's just so titillating. I really, really like it. I love the way it sounds. And just like I feel like you're falling under her spell when you listen to this song. And like it's like I get a sense of like liberation when I hear that song. It's just like she's completely in control, and I love that. She was in the group Wonder Girls for 3 years before she left. I think she just pursued her education and such. And we're the same age, so shout out to like a millennial like getting to the bag. Like has a ton of streams on Spotify and such. Had a song I didn't care for too much called "You Can't Sit With Us," but like Tail was so cool because like after being in the K-pop world for like 10 years and still behind on all the trends and like new artists, it's like it's cool to see somebody that like is giving me like is keeping the genre like interesting for me, because K-pop can be super tropey, and I wish it was a genre where more women made more of like the executive decisions, because I feel like the rules and regulations of like idol life are controlled by old crotchety men who don't know what it's like to have 1,000 eyes at you at once, like just pulling at you at every direction. It can be often lethal, but that's neither here nor there. That is the conclusion of my rant. Thank you for your time today, Mr. Catr, and to all of our lovely listeners.
How long do you want to go till? Since we did have that little hiccup and we started a little late, what do you want to do?
We still have like about 18 minutes left. I figure we can spend the rest of the time recommending each other stuff and just catching up. Do you know what you want to recommend to me, sir?
Yeah.
What do you got? Talk to me.
Let's see. So no, I'm just looking at the time. If you want,
we have 18 minutes. We're good.
Okay. So about 11:40. Okay, cool. So you want me to go first, or?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Let's do Ain't Talking About Love by Van Halen from their self-titled CD.
Cool. All right. I virtually know nothing about this band, except the fact that I hate Jump. I hate that song so much.
Okay.
I was hoping I'd get a reaction out of you. Whatever.
There's silence. Proceed with your song.
Wow. Okay. Fine. Hot for Teacher is awesome, but everyone knows that. So
no, I don't like that song.
You don't like Hot for Teacher? Tell me why you don't like that song.
It's I am more of a Hagar fan.
Oh, okay. Well, the only Hagar Van Halen song that I like is Right Now, and that's because of Bim. So
oh yeah, that was on there. And this actually is a David Lee Roth song. Ain't Talk About Love.
I figured, yeah.
But
like the only Hagar song that I like is Can't Drive 55. So
that's his solo.
I know. I'm just saying in general, like that's the only like connotation I have for dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Holy cow, that's loud as hell.
Oh. Another reason to feel bad. Okay.
No. It's like I just man, I've got to get you the mic that I have so you can like hear yourself in the mix. So you're now like how it's gonna like hear when you like we turn off the recording and you play it back to yourself, you know?
Okay.
Let me see. This artist is called Machinery of the Human Heart. And they are mutual friends of somebody I know in real life. I attended a wedding some years ago, and the man who officiated it had a friend with blue hair. That's all I'm gonna say about them. And
Can't wait.
we would go to the arcade for some nights long after the wedding. I hope Curtis, if you're listening to this, I hope you're well. Shout out to you. And so Machinery of the Human Heart, or Moth, if you will, with two H's, just dropped a new song at midnight just last night. It's called, I guess this morning, it's called Jesus on the Telephone. And it's described as theater pop. And when I send you the link on YouTube, there are only like two videos. That song and like a 30-minute like live stream of the artists themselves just playing piano, singing, great vocals, very evocative lyrics. I think you're
You
really
want me
going to
to
enjoy
watch
this
both
one.
videos?
You do not have to listen to both, but I would encourage you to listen to it in like your in the same way I wanted you to listen to that snarky puppy performance. If you like just want to like go for a walk and like put on that stream as you're going for a walk, like I think you'll enjoy that because I think it's kind of hard to like sit down and watch just like one thing on screen for half an hour because it's just like it's just like the vocalist accompanied by their piano and just saying, "Oh, thanks for listening." This is like just like briefly chatting in between songs, but what inspired the lyrics and such. I happened to listen to it while I was playing some games, and so I'm like, man, it was very pleasant listening to the songs. But this new song, like Jesus on the Telephone, super cool. Like it's everything I love about piano bass rock. If you love Billy Joel, if you love Elton John, you're gonna like this song.
Okay. Cool.
Va va voom.
So,
That's it, folks. Like we kind of finished a little bit
we're gonna go
early because
early.
of the technical hiccups and such. Is there anything else you wanted to say about your CD project since we have more time?
Sure. um. Yeah. Let me. Sure. If you're gonna give me the time, sure. And go
Yeah, I
ahead
need
and
more 10 more
vote
minutes. Yeah.
if you want to do it. Go ahead and vote for your top five on rockhall.com. Um, and I'm gonna. Let's see. We were talking about comedians you should know. Um,
Hey, I have a question actually about your CD project.
Pop it.
I want to I'll bring in the audience a little like um it's like I before I decided to like talk about like the Rock Hall and the Grammys, I was telling Catr, I'm like, yo, like let's just like listen to like the next CD on your list like separately. Like I'll listen to it, you'll listen to it, we'll talk about it on the show. It should be fun. But you have a from my point of view, your rules in regards to this project are very strict because I was full on like I don't want to listen to like a comedy CD and discuss it on our music podcast. And like it seemed to me that you're like, this is the next CD on my list, and I am going to listen to it eventually, even if I'm not in the mood for that. So like, what's that
Well,
about?
it
Like,
has
what's
nothing to do about in the mood. Um, I, it's just I can't listen to something right now. I mean, I could. I have other options, even though my vehicle doesn't work. But continue to with what you were saying.
Yeah, because it's like it appears to me because like when you brought it up, and because I didn't even bring it up today, I look like I'm I it's cool that like you can like still access that on Apple Music. So like you could clearly just stream this like CD, this list like this release on Apple Music if you wanted to. But like for you, it's but like it from my point of view, it, it I perceive it appears to me that like the experience is all about listening to it on physical media and not listening to it in general. Am I right? Am I right with like saying that? Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't listen to albums on Apple Music. I just listen to
Really? At
CDs.
all?
What's that?
At all? Really?
No, and I actually listened to an album one time on my iPod. I wasn't too happy about it, but I did it. Um, yeah, I've only listened to CDs on CDs. I've never listened to an album on Apple Music ever. Uh, just individual songs.
That is astonishing.
But yeah, I'm on comedians you should know. I because of time, not about our episode, but because of the passage of time, the next CDs after that have kind of gone to the wayside, if you know what I mean. And that wasn't a sexual reference. Um, I forgot what that word is. There's a thing on the show. Whose line is it, anyways? Are you familiar with that show?
I am, yeah.
And they would say a bunch of if you know what I mean, kind of things. But anyway, yeah, the passage of time. I can't remember the CDs that I wanted to listen to after the comedians you should know. Um, so I might have to. It's just yeah, I've been haven't done any. I actually brought the boxes of CDs. I'm looking at them right now. Actually, I brought them out of my vehicle, um, and don't know what I'm going to do with them now. But and I know you have CDs and boxes too.
I have it in a
Um,
bag.
bag. Um, I actually think I'm good for today. Um, for the rest of the CD project, that'll have to go on to next episode. I know you were talking about possibly doing it next month, correct?
Yeah. So just like some to borrow a phrase, to borrow a term from the comedian Kev on stage, here are some church announcements, if you will. In regards to the Chris Kenard channel in general here on YouTube, you have at least 3 things to look forward to. I hope to conclude um like Living Abstraction and I have dragged out this like 2012 review like for 4 freaking streams, and like we're still not done because we decided to take a victory lap. So I think there's like 6 songs left to dissect in general. That's one thing we're gonna do on this channel. I'm hoping to bring on the artist and podcaster Saddest Night Out. Shout out to Roy from the UK onto this channel. We're gonna like, well, it's like like talk shop. If you see my DM on Twitter, and I'm starting my karaoke with Chris series because I cracked 500 followers on TikTok. I'm very thankful for that. Yes, I include the bots. You can't tell me otherwise. We raised $50 in mutual aid, and I hope to raise even more. Like, if you want to contribute, send $5 to like the GoFundMe's, Venmos, like Cash Apps that will be in the description. And I think, yeah, that's all that you can look forward to. This will all hopefully happen this month. And then once April ends, I'm gonna get on the horn with Catr here. We're gonna hopefully crank out 2 episodes in May. If like God willing, inshallah, all that good stuff.
I didn't know we were gonna do 2.
I'm deciding right now.
You what?
I decided just now.
Yeah, on the spot. And we also wanted to do. Don't forget the Mother's Day episode.
Holy smokes! Thank you for saying that, because I still need to buy something for my mom.
No, but we wanted to do where we talked about
The mini stream,
songs.
yes.
Yeah.
I definitely forgot about the mini stream.
The Stranger by Billy Joel, and She Knocks Me Off My Feet by Stevie Wonder.
Listeners can expect that on either May 7th or May 9th, because I want to like just
Well, we'll talk.
Yeah, we'll figure that. We'll figure out the specificity when like we know each other's schedules for that month.
All right.
Yeah, it's like 11:29. Okay, fine. We'll end 5 minutes early because I'm looking at the live counter and it's our show. We can do whatever we want. Shout out to our number one fan.
Who was not here today?
He's right here, actually. He
Uh,
just popped in. Hey, shout out to the homie. Um,
A. Can I call him A?
what? No, his name is Living Abstraction.
Yeah, okay.
His name is his name, as Pusha T would say.
L.A.
LA, there you go. Shout out to LA.
Shout out to
The
L.A.
city and the man.
and the man
As
who doesn't
always,
live in L.A.
don't
Has
live
he
in
ever
LA.
been to L.A.?
Yo, we're Ramadan. Have you ever lived in LA? You ever been to LA? Say yes in like the next 2 minutes. As always, to our fair listeners,
That's a good laugh. There we go.
when you step out of your home and enter a public space, please wear a mask over your nose and under your mouth. It's still a dang pandemic. Please move safely. Remember to stay hydrated. You know, have a glass of water. It's good for you. It's good for your body.
Yeah, now, can I say one thing real quick?
Please do, sir.
I just read that children really need to stay hydrated. It causes memory problems. I think trouble with math. So have your children drink water as well.
What else do I usually say at the end of these dang things? Please support the arts. Like, thank you for listening to our show. Please give us a like. You can follow myself on virtually every like social media. You can follow the Catr on Instagram where he posts pictures of his cats. We love his cats very much on this show. Black Lives Matter, Queer Lives Matter. Here's one thing I want you to do. If you do anything at all, do this. I want you to go to your mirror, look at yourself, square in the eye, and say, I love you. If you cannot for any reason say I love you to yourself, please know that myself and Catr love you in the most platonic way possible, in the most supportive way possible. Show yourself some grace, show yourself some love, and we will see y'all next episode next month. Catr, please say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
Yeah.